And welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie.
Oh, I made it back.
You might want to scoot on over a little bit. Can't nobody see your shoulder there.
Look at that. That's all right.
You're pretty close. We may have to do some more adjustments.
We'll be all right. Look at purple and hey, RW, we're not bookends today.
Matter of fact, I saw RW yesterday.
I'm sorry.
We were feeding the German Shepherd.
Well, he's not going to feed him, poor thing.
That's a big dog. You ever
It
notice
is
that?
a big dog.
He's a big fella there.
He's a good old dog.
Yeah, that's why he can't get no girlfriends. Dog scares
Dog
them
eats
all.
all the casserole.
Whew. Bless it, bless it, bless it. We do hope you're having a wonderful day. As we mentioned before, if you're just kind of waking up going, boy, it's been 80, temperatures are going to change by Sunday night down to 26, which Craig Hitt's off in the distance there, and he's going to talk to us about how cold the Christmas parade may be.
Just a little bit. Now, this is, we had a little cold snap. We had some issues go out, freeze warning, because we were hitting close to freezing. We're going to be past freezing, so we're going to go to pipe warnings. Your pipes, protect them. Your faucets, protect them. Have your little bit of dripping going on. Be careful with your heaters, because a lot of people hadn't even turned the heater on yet.
Well, we've
so
had a
be careful
lot.
with them.
We've had several fires also that we need to. We mentioned that yesterday morning. Make sure those space heaters aren't anywhere near a curtain or anything like that.
3 feet.
Now, the newer ones have that safety feature. If it falls over, it turns off.
Correct.
The old ones don't.
Yep.
I've had 2 or 3 of them. I love them. God bless it. Have you seen that heater I got outside?
Oh, you got another? You talking about the long tube?
If it turns cold for that Christmas party, it's going on a float. It may melt everything, but we'll be warm.
So it won't be like that train we had
Diesel
last
operated, I might say.
year. Yeah, that would work.
We got a few things built for the float. We're gearing up for that. Whoville is the theme this year. I've seen some Who stuff out under the carport.
Y'all just wait. We're going to be in full force again.
Ooh, it's going to be a lot of fun. I hope you'll join us with that. With this, let's see here what else we got going on this morning. Ed Henry, do you remember that name from Fox News?
I don't.
He was a weekend host on Fox News. Let me see if I can find a picture of Ed Henry. I know that you'll remember him. That ain't him. Hang on here. Ed Henry. Let me find this picture. She's too pretty to show, isn't she? This is Ed Henry, if you remember him from Fox News.
I remember his face now. Yeah.
He gave his kidney, if I remember, to his sister, who was sick.
Okay.
He's yet again got another sexual accusation against him. Didn't say he was guilty, but yet again someone else saying naughty, naughty.
Well,
He ain't got as many problems as Diddy does.
poor old Diddy.
take
Diddy
his-
may be done.
Are you taking smokes and going to see him on Sunday?
Well, I've been thinking about it. You know, I could get some good money for some Newports over there.
Let me ask this: Have you ever actually been to a high security prison to visit anybody?
Well, I've been down here to the Lost Gap.
But I mean, like, what can you give prisoners? Can you take that in, or is that considered contraband? Period.
So believe it or not, the only thing we could take in was quarters. You couldn't take nickels, you couldn't take dimes, you couldn't take anything. You could take quarters.
Is that for a car wash?
And it's for snacks. And you could buy them a Coke or you could buy them a bag of chips. You couldn't take a dime in, but something costs 35 cents. You put 50 cents in there, you're getting 15 back. Now you got dimes and nickels in your pocket. So that never made sense to me.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But so you could buy them snacks, stuff like that. I can't remember if he could take it back with him to his room or he had to eat and drink there with us while we were there. But the only thing you could take in was quarters and buy snacks there.
Maybe,
other than that was it.
Maybe I had the wrong attitude. I said, I'll see you in a year. Bye.
Well, he was going to be in there a little longer than that.
I have a zero tolerance on that kind of stuff. And
he's out. He's doing great. We've been friends our entire life. made a bad choice. He did his due, and he's out. Member society, doing great.
You can turn a new leaf there.
Yes, you can, and he's doing great. But yeah, that is all. That just never understood.
What was it? Merle Haggard said, "No matter where I've been, I got to tell them where I've been. Now I'm a branded man." Woo! Strong stuff.
Yeah.
Good morning to you. As we look back at Yellowstone, as most of us are really just hooked into this show, and you can't give it up. Kevin Costner off the show. His character was taken out. And then this week we learned this girl, and we go to Daily Mail for this picture.
Boy, was
she's
that
off.
not something?
And I read an interview where she's kind of upset, saying, my character was prematurely taken out because he quit.
Well, I'm sure. All right, did they change the plot, speed it all up because
It would have
Kevin
happened in the end
Costner
anyway.
was going to be Kevin Costner, and he didn't want to be on the show, and so old Sheridan said, "Oh, well, we'll just knock him on off before the thing even starts." And I guess that would speed it up because she was over the plot. The guy
She was
who
guilty.
was over the company, I guess you could say, that took out the hit, said, "You're not going to talk. We'll
So
take
would
care of you."
Would you bet money that the brother Casey goes and finds everybody that's in the organization and takes them out? I think that's coming.
With his other military buddy?
Yeah, it's coming, ain't it?
Yeah. Because, the sneak peek was he was in the back seat of Jamie's car or something.
Oh, yeah.
He looked over and he said, "Boy," he said, "I know everything."
Yeah, it's coming. I can't wait. I really get excited.
Yeah, I
about
done
that.
got rehooked on it again.
And another thing that we want to warn you about of what's his name, Walter White. If you ever sit down with that, first 2 episodes are going to be horrible, and then Breaking Bad, you're in front of the television or you're set in your house for 50 hours because you can't quit.
And then go watch Better Call Saul because
Yeah.
all that other stuff will start making sense. Then you can go watch Queen of the South.
Hadn't seen that yet. I hear it's
Oh, same thing. First 2 episodes kind of slow, but then, oh boy, does it take off. But then you got Tulsa King.
good. I got to give that kudos. I haven't watched all of it, but boy, it looks like the next big thing.
Man.
Landman's coming along.
And Matlock. The new Matlock, you've got to try it because it ain't got nothing to do with because y'all remember how I was? I was not
I'm still
happy.
there.
But it's good.
We'll be right back as we'll talk with Kristen. We got something great coming up. Christmas right around the corner and the meaning of Christmas. She's going to fill us in on all of that.
Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs, your local pharmacy and gift shop, thanks you for your continued support. Whether you shop with us in-store, through our app, over the phone, or in our drive-thru, our team will provide the best personalized customer service experience you expect from your local pharmacy. When you call or message us, you are promptly greeted by the Mr. Discount team that's ready to help. When you choose our pharmacy, you're choosing a locally owned pharmacy that cares about you and your community. Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs makes a difference.
H&H Residential of Meridian is your #1 carpet and flooring store. If you've been thinking of a new look for your home or office, call for a free estimate or consultation. H&H can install or you can do it yourself. H&H has all of your design needs from color, style, and texture. If you can dream it, H&H can make it a reality. Come see the large selection of hardwood flooring, laminate, vinyl, and even carpet. H&H Residential of Meridian, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, 321 Hawkins Crossing Road. Call Rosemary anytime, 601-462-9541.
All right, y'all come on out and see us at J&J Used Cars, Highway 19 South in the southeast community. We right up the hill from the red light. Wide variety, nice quality used cars. Got 4-door Z71s. Hey, Christmas gonna be here before you know it. Wife, daughter, they will get you off your feet and back in the street. Right here at J&J Used Cars on Highway 19 South, Meridian.
Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie. We're not sure, we haven't been told, but this could be a third cousin of Harold's. We're not real sure. Highway 496, this was out yesterday, the donkey on the side of the road.
Looking for Harold.
Actually, it was going for auditions down south of Quitman. Isn't that right,
I
Kristen?
think that's what it was.
That's
yeah.
right.
Tell us what y'all have going. You were here with us last year.
Yes,
To discuss the journey to Bethlehem.
Yes. So we have the Journey to Bethlehem coming up next weekend. So it's December 6th through 8th, located at Breckenridge Farms. It is put on by Journey Ministries. So that is a nonprofit organization that we have started. We have probably 10 churches that are local. They're all coming together, participating in scenes leading up to the birth of Jesus. We have live characters. This year we're doing a trailer ride so people can park at the tent. We have a tent revival each night at the conclusion of the drive-through. People can park at the tent, load up on the trailer with their blankets and hot chocolate, have a narrator that takes them through the scenes, going through the birth of Jesus, and then they'll come back to the tent. We'll have live music playing before that, a food truck, bounce houses for the kids, and then we'll start our revival.
Now,
and this runs Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Now, how many weeks is this open, or is it just one weekend?
We normally do the Christmas, the Journey to Bethlehem in December, and then we always come back the weekend before Easter, and we do the Journey to the Cross, which is the rest of the story from
So
the
you got
birth all
one
the
week
way.
to
Yes,
catch
1
this.
week, 3 nights. That's it.
Oh,
And
wow.
let me show everybody what this looks like here. We've got your Facebook page pulled up, and
Yes.
let me hit that button. There it is there.
I told you that was Charlene on the far right.
Oh, that's what you meant by that. I didn't know what you were talking about. But this is how it's going to be coming up, and there's where it shows that y'all got y'all's IRS approved.
Yes, finally. It took 9 months. We just got it on Friday. I told my husband, I was like, hallelujah, it's a good day. We've been waiting forever
is.
for it to get approved.
But as we see here, there's lots of this, and you go, where in the world is this? Well, we went and took a look, and folks, it's in the middle of nowhere.
You said you couldn't get there from here.
So we got a map here. We're going to show, if you know where DeSoto, Mississippi is, you got a good idea where to go. Go west, young man. It's going to be due south of Quitman as you'll get in. Here's DeSoto, and if you'll just take a right turn Clyde right there and come on out, due south of 18 Breckenridge Farms right there. Says it was recently viewed by us.
Now, I remember Breckenridge Farm, I believe there's a sign.
Yeah.
Heading south, right across from Wisteria Manor.
Yes.
You
Yes.
can go that
Yep.
way.
Off of 45, right across from Wisteria Manor is going to be 280 right there. You turn on 280 and then you go right down. You'll see a sign about 2 miles down the road that says Breckenridge Farms. Once you turn there, you should be able, within like half a mile, start to see the Christmas lights. We'll have the
Okay.
outside gate all lit up. Then as you go on down where the tent is, we have 3 wooden crosses. It'll all be lit up by the road, so you can't miss it.
All right, so it is out in the woods, but easy to get to.
It is.
December 6th, 7th, and 8th. And these are the pastors here that will do it each night?
Yes, so
The
Friday
worship?
night, we have Brother Brian Bridges. He has preached numerous revivals around Clark County. He is from Sunrise Baptist Church in Hartselle, Alabama. So we're excited to have him on Friday night. For music, we'll have Brian and Emma Kate Williams. They're local to Clark County. They do a great job. They'll be doing our praise worship before, starting at 5:45. Then on Saturday night, we're doing something a little different this
What's
year.
that?
We are having a youth night. So this will be our first youth night, but we decided this year let's target the youth. So youth groups are welcome to come, load up in their church vans, come ride the trailer around, listen to a praise band, Free Reign. They are out of Bay Springs. So they do a lot of contemporary music. And then that night we'll have Brother Derek Fretwell. It gets confusing when you have 3 different ones, trying to remember who's what
Yeah,
night.
who, what, where.
So he is the pastor of Magnolia Baptist in Laurel. He was the previous youth pastor at Salem Heights Baptist Church in Laurel. So he does a lot of youth revivals. And it will be open to the public, so it's open to everyone. Just the music will be more contemporary. And
Is it any
you'll be-
charge to attend?
No, this is free. So we will be taking up, if anybody wants to give a donation, love offering, we take that up at the exit. And we also take that up at the tent. And that just helps cover the cost of, we hand out brochures to everyone as they come through that will give them the list of scenes, the scripture from where that scene is found, and the church providing
Okay.
it. A little detail about the tent revival. We will be taking up a non-perishable food, and that will go to the Clark County Food Pantry. So we will be doing that. Also, the cost of advertising. We will hand out tracts to every car that comes through so that everyone that leaves has the opportunity to know Christ if they don't previous to that.
Any word, any truth to Matthew Skidmore being on the right hand if you go too far, directing people turning around? I think it's a great job for Matthew to do. Again, we appreciate you coming in. This all happened. How many years y'all been doing this now?
So this will be we started in December of 22 with the Journey to Bethlehem. So this will be our 3rd Christmas event. And I don't know if y'all remember when I was here back in March, all this kind of started about, we've had the farm for 20 years now, and it's been, how do we give back to God? He's been so
Right.
good to us. How do we give back to him? So this idea was kind of born in November of 22. A month later, we found out my husband had stage 4 cancer. So we decided we're going to push through. This is something he feels like God is leading him to do. Let's do it. So we did it. It's kind of grown since then. It's awesome to see the people come together. All the churches come together, participate. It's truly the meaning of Christmas. We get so caught up in everything and the gifts and the spending and, just running to and fro that this truly brings out the meaning of Christmas. So just seeing all the churches come together, seeing people worship God. We've had people that have professed salvation before at the tent, and that makes it all worth it. God's been so good to us. My husband is cancer-free. He's still cancer-free.
Oh, man, that is awesome. Stage 4 to cancer-free.
Yes, stage 4 to cancer-free in just like 3 months. I mean, it is insane. In the midst of all that, he blessed us with an unexpected baby girl. So, I mean, God's got a sense of humor, and we just feel like this is our way of giving back to him. When God really gives you a talent and a gift, we are to put it to use. And I feel like that's what we're trying to do.
Again, give us these dates again to come see it.
So next Friday, December 6th through Sunday, December 8th. That Sunday night, I forgot to get to him. So that is Brother Luke Johnson. He was a kicker for the Southern Miss Golden Eagles. He was recently, like 2 weeks ago, inducted into the USM Athletic Hall of Fame.
Wow.
He is awesome. He does a lot of mission work overseas. He's a great, great speaker. So that will be our community-wide service on that Sunday night. But it's December 6th through December 8th. Drive-thru opens at 5:30 after dark, so everything will be lit up. It's beautiful. It is breathtaking. I mean, you've got to come see it. It is something to truly get you in the Christmas spirit.
Well, thank you for coming back this year and talking with us.
Thank y'all for having me.
Definitely.
Yes.
And look forward to seeing you coming up just in a little couple months.
So we'll be coming back in April. We actually have one of our speakers lined up for that event, and that is Clay Dyer. Have y'all ever heard of Clay Dyer?
Don't know Clay.
So he is a paraplegic professional bass fisherman. He was born with no legs. He has half of one arm, and he does nothing handicap at all. Like his testimony is amazing. So we're super excited to have him, and we're hoping that now that we have this 501c3 status, that we will have the sponsorship to where we can get some, well-known names to bring people out. So.
Well, thank you for coming.
Yeah, thank y'all for having me.
We'll be in touch, and thanks a bunch.
Thank you so much.
Kristen is always sweet to come visitate with us there. I want to bring this up. I often talk about stolen cars, where they're happening. Over the weekend, we did have, and I've got one that I haven't been able to locate. I know that there was one found on 7th Avenue back behind Dairy Queen I mentioned, but as we got the report out, this is what we've got when it comes to this. 2 reportedly stolen over the weekend. One was in the 2400 block of Highway 19. It was also recovered. Then also another car on the 200 block of 23rd Street. But look at this, Odie. This is becoming, we've talked about this over and over, and you should be able to leave stuff in your car.
Yeah.
But in reality, we know that criminals are out there. We have several break-ins here. We've got this listed if you want to look at this, to where people walk up and they knock the glass out of your car and they take what they want.
And this is going to become worse
Christmas.
as we get close to Christmas.
Now, what do you say about wrapped packages? Don't leave them.
Don't put anything in view. When people walk up and look inside your vehicle, they should see absolutely nothing. Put everything in the trunk or inside your home.
I remember it even being problems. You'd be shopping and you go to eat at night at a restaurant, and you'll have it all piled up. Cover that up, put it in the trunk, put it somewhere where somebody that's wanting something easy doesn't try to take it from you.
Yeah, it's terrible that we have to do this. You can't go to the store and shop for Christmas, get everything, put it up, and then try and go have a meal before you go home and know that everything's going to still be in your vehicle when you get back.
Now, let's quickly, before we have Craig come in, I want to talk about this. This has been an ongoing search for quite some time, as the Lauderdale County Sheriff's Department made an arrest yesterday as we go here. And let me pull this up here. This was going up the hill. This is going to be right past Waters International. This is the scrapyard.
Yeah.
Right there on the left, as you'll see a herd of them there. There's a whole bunch of them there. They made a traffic stop and quickly caught on that it was somebody they had been looking for. Now, as we go to talk more about this, John Culpepper. Here's the lead story on this. An accountant in town who lost his life not long ago. Joe Garret was sought in connection with this. Now, there were several warrants that he was wanted for not registering with the
sex offender.
Right. At this point, and I want to be honest about this, we don't know what the charges are. There was never, ever, ever a charge released in connection to the death of John. I don't want anybody to be shocked in the next little bit. He was wanted to be spoken to in connection with this.
He was an interested party.
Correct. They never charged him with anything. We don't know what is getting ready to happen. Will there be charges? Will there be none? But it was involving an incident where trash was thrown out. John was struck by possibly a trailer, and he died from his injuries. What happened, we don't know, and we don't know if the Meridian Police Department will make a charge on this or not. We wait to see. And again, it's a horrible, horrible situation. We'll wait to see what becomes of this. I just don't want anybody to go, oh, wait a minute. I want to be clear about it, that nowhere during this has there been an actual charge listed that he was
this particular incident.
Only stating that he needed to be spoken to in connection with it.
And it's still, to me, he was here. He was right here this whole time.
Right.
Somebody knew where he was. Somebody helped this guy. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say they knew he was wanted for questioning and was told.
What do you call that?
Aiding and abetting.
Yeah. Will there be charges there? I want to know about that also.
I do too. I think there's something to that. I mean, you would really think we had kind of chalked it up to this guy's done fled. He's not here anymore. And then we come find out that he was here.
Yeah.
The whole time. Somebody was helping this dude out.
Could it be family? Ooh, there's a strong possibility. We don't know that, though. We're waiting to find out what the Sheriff's Department and also the Meridian Police Department passes along to us on this. So be ready for that. I was just glancing down through here to see, and there is not on the Meridian Police Department side.
I think he went to Meridian.
He did go to Meridian, so he may have possibly.
So he may took a ride with Harold to the Bear Yacht out there.
We'll find out. More up and coming as we welcome Craig Hitt in with us next yet. Yeah. Chocolate? Did I hear something about hot chocolate?
There he is, right there.
Yeah, it is.
Top right. We found him.
All right, let's pull this up here.
Failure to register under sex offender registration law. Looks like he's got two of those. $25,000 bond, so $2,500 will get him out.
That's just
25,000. So $2,500 to get him out.
But as you'll notice on here, there's no charges listed for the hit and run. Again, we got to wait and see on that.
Side note: the charges and bail amounts may change after court appearance and may not be current. So
we'll wait to see.
Yeah.
That's what we have at this point. We'll be right back as Craig prepares. He's all nervous.
He's never done anything like this before.
Pacing the floor. Never anything as a supervisor as he faced like this. It's up and coming next.
At the Back Porch, we're bringing families back together for fun, food, and all the things you love to enjoy around your home. Everything starts with a great grill, cookware, and accessories. Add in locally sourced meat and dairy, frozen vegetables and casseroles, and over 500 brands of spices and sauces. Relax in our chairs, swings, and daybeds and have fun with our cornhole boards. From animal print coolers to authentic Louis Vuitton purses, we have what you need. When you see the big chair, you've made it to the Back Porch.
At Pettit Jewelers in Philadelphia, Mississippi, trust Nicole with your priceless heirloom jewelry. With generations of refined expertise, she ensures your cherished pieces are meticulously cared for. Pettit Jewelers, Philadelphia.
Downtown Meridian is thriving with a fresh look, and now it's getting a new neighbor. Toyota of Meridian is now open under new hometown leadership. We're bringing automotive knowledge and experience home with a focus on improved customer satisfaction and all new pricing. Toyota of Meridian is excited to serve the Queen City and exceed your expectations.
I'm Trinara Rush, and I want to invite you to Toyota of Meridian, where hometown pride drives excellence.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
And welcome back. Boy, am I glad I didn't turn the microphone on too soon there.
Ain't that the truth? I hope it was all.
It would have just sounded funny.
We didn't do nothing bad.
No. We welcome you in, and welcome to the morning show with Scotty Ray. Odie is back from a big vacation yesterday.
Wow.
Glad to have you in the house with us there.
Yes, I wish it was.
Speaking of, and I've got to go do this today, Craig with the City of Meridian, Craig Hitt joins us there. Community development is what you do.
Yes, sir.
I've got to come down to y'all's office today to fill out the paperwork for the Christmas parade.
Yes. We need everybody to come in and fill out. We keep hearing from folks, but we don't have everybody registered yet. So please do get in and
come on down
register.
there.
I had meant to do it last week every day, and you know how things come about. And how do you go about it? Tell us that. Explain how that's done for the Christmas parade.
Bottom of the parking garage. That's where our office is, 723 23rd Avenue. Just come by and get a permit, fill it out for us, and then we'll know to expect you and make sure that we have enough space for everybody to get lined up. As y'all know, it takes 25th Avenue and several side streets to get everybody lined up and prepared to get started.
I almost said look for the construction there at 23rd because they just camped out across from y'all's office for the last
Yeah, and thank goodness that's cleaning up now.
Yeah, that is coming about.
It's been ongoing. In fact, I was coming up 22nd Avenue yesterday afternoon right there in front of Dumont, and something's being dug up there. And
y'all gonna have to wait till after the parade for you to keep digging.
Yeah, we need a little scheduling here. Around
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Get that fixed. With this, let's talk about what the theme of this year's Christmas parade is, and then we'll talk about the lighting of the Christmas tree. The guys really, I didn't realize this, but there's a bet as to how long it takes to put the Christmas tree together every year. Do you know?
Oh, they got a pool.
It is. Everybody looks out the window.
They did really good this year.
It went smooth. It's up.
Yeah, we about 2.5 days they had it up, and you know it's quite a task, and unfortunately it's not always the same guys that are working on it, so it's a little feeling as we go and
Do
learn.
you still
as we
have
go.
the instructions on how to put it together?
Well, I don't think we have any instructions any longer.
It involves a bucket truck.
Yeah, it does. You got to get up high.
But that old tree's been around a while, but it still serves us well. We've got a new tree coming to Dumont this year, so we're excited about that. And we also got a tree that's will be in Union Station, and we also want to talk about the Christmas train coming Sunday night to Union Station.
December 1st.
Yes.
Next week is a full week downtown.
Can hardly wait on this. So people line up. Let's start with it because December 1st, let's start there with the Christmas train. That's a 4-hour event.
Yeah.
And let's be honest about this of lining up. If you show up at, 4 o'clock, you're going to be way, way, way back. So let's talk about your experience.
Someone at church asked me Sunday, what time do we need to be there? 3 o'clock? And I said, at least by 3 o'clock if you want to get somewhere close. We literally had a line from Union Station through Union Station to the train all the way up past Planter Supply last year.
Yep.
We're going to do that a little bit different this year. We're going to actually close Front Street, and we're going to loop that line around so that everybody's not so scattered out. We're going to have a food truck down there.
It'll help.
As we were talking earlier, we've been trying to decide if we would need a snowball stand or hot chocolate, but it sounds like we're going to need some hot chocolate
Yes, sir.
Sunday night.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
just a little
We're going to
bit.
be a little better prepared this year. We've also got a portable restroom trailer that will be available. The train museum, railroad museum, I better get that right, Miss Ann, be after.
Oh, yeah.
Will be open and open for tours, and people can come in there. And of course, there's restrooms available also in Union Station. But it's a beautiful train. If you haven't experienced it, or if you've got young people, you certainly want to bring them down.
And
give them an
the people that work at Craig are so good with kids.
Yeah. And actually, I appreciate you saying that. They always ask us to get a few volunteers. So if anyone would like to be an elf for the holiday train, they've got a little costume that they'll put you in.
Greg.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. I don't know if Greg could fit in a costume.
You better hush.
But they,
that'd be good.
you're helping folks on and off the train and doing the things that need to be done to help out. So we've reached out to some groups. Unfortunately, with the holiday weekend, college students and different ones, you have to be 18 years or older to be an elf for the train. So
Julia passed that.
So we're struggling a little bit to get some volunteers, but it'll go off smooth, and we're really looking forward to it. And as you were talking about earlier, last year the line was just unbelievable. But you know, I don't think we had an issue with anybody. Everybody was just patient. They were having a good time.
You could see it in the faces of the kids. They were so excited. And I was excited being there. I had a total blast with this.
And don't run through this thing. But remember, you were in that line, and there's a lot of people in this line. And this isn't like voting. Today you're going to vote. Polls close at 7. But if you're still in line, you get to vote. So it doesn't matter if it takes till 9 o'clock. But this train is only going to be here until 8 o'clock. And at 8 o'clock, it's shutting its doors and it's leaving. So when you go through, don't spend 20 minutes in each car. Go through, visit it, and let the people behind you have a chance to see this.
It truly does have a schedule. And at 8 o'clock,
they don't care. It's time to go.
They will pull out. In fact, they should be, I've told they will be pulling in about 3 o'clock Sunday afternoon, and they will pull out shortly afterwards, going to their next stop. And,
they are on
they're
a
not
schedule.
being ugly. It's just
their schedule.
Yeah.
Right. And I appreciate y'all saying that, because it is, the line does continually move, but we've just got to get the folks through.
Yep. Keep going, and remember that there's people behind you that want to see this too.
All right, that leads us to the lighting of the Christmas tree. That's going to be December 3rd?
That's exactly right. Sunday night's a train, Tuesday night's lighting the Christmas tree there on City Hall lawn. So we're looking forward to that, as always. It's a fairly short ceremony, about 45 minutes to an hour, but we'll have some young kids there dancing. We'll have some entertainment. We'll have some hot chocolate or snowballs, whatever.
Right.
You know how our weather is here in Mississippi. By Tuesday, it could be 70 degrees again.
You know, Craig, I noticed this yesterday, and I meant to pull over because I bumped into him 2 or 3 times. It was the changing of the flags in Meridian yesterday to the Christmas flags, or I don't know how it's worded. I had to go back and look. The banners, changing that to the Christmas season.
Right. Yeah, we have our Public Works Department was helping us out yesterday. They've been hanging the lighted ornaments on the poles the last couple of weeks, and then yesterday they were hanging the banners for us. So we're into the season. You know, I'm one of those that thinks that we need to get through Thanksgiving before we get too carried away. But when it takes 2 or 3 weeks to get all this stuff up, we have to get started in mid-November.
Yes, you do.
You don't have to plug in all the light stuff. Just get it hung up, man.
Get it ready. Yeah. So the tree hadn't been lit yet, but it will be. The lights will be turned on Tuesday night, and we hope everyone will come down and be a part of that.
Now, did Santa loan y'all his sleigh like he's been doing in the years past, so people can see it down on the city?
You know,
City
actually, if everything works out right, he's got a new sleigh that he's going to try to make available for us. But we will have a sleigh there, and at some point there should be a new one there. In fact, I had left the office yesterday afternoon, headed home, and I got a call from some of the guys who were still there. And we had a truckload of new decorations that came in late yesterday afternoon.
That's great.
So we went back down and got those unloaded, and we'll get some folks working on putting those up today. But we do have a new sleigh that's coming. The one that we've been using is pretty good for pictures, but it's been around a while. So
I get that.
It needs refreshing.
It's at its day.
We'll be right back. More coming up with Craig as we talk about the Christmas activities in Meridian, Mississippi. I hope you can be a part of all this. It's a lot of fun. We'll be right back.
While everyone is getting ready for Thanksgiving, family, and football, there's an important runoff election coming up on November the 26th. I'm Jennifer Branning. It's time to bring new energy in a new generation of constitutional conservative leadership to the Mississippi Supreme Court. In this election, there's a difference. I'm the only candidate with legislative and courtroom experience, and I'm the only candidate endorsed by the Mississippi Republican Party. I ask for your vote for Supreme Court the Tuesday before Thanksgiving.
When it comes to enhancing your outdoor experience, you need a companion that can keep up. The Kubota RTV 850 Sidekick at Parrish is your ultimate utility vehicle for every adventure. From the deer camp, trail riding, or just working on the farm, the Sidekick delivers powerful performance and versatility. These units start at $15,499 cash and have a $2,000 rebate. Financing is available as low as $285 a month.
The Precast Group, offering you the best selection when it comes to a storm shelter. Located on 145 South in Meridian, where they offer above-ground shelters that can be installed in your home as you're built in. are conveniently located right outside your home if it's already built. They also offer storm shelters that can be installed in a slight bank or on flat ground. Protect your family today with a very affordable storm shelter from the Precast Group. Highway 145 South, 601-482-0003. The Precast Group. And welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, along with Odie. And Craig's not going to run off, but we're going to do a little bit. We'll test his knowledge on history today.
Yeah, we're going to see
we got to do a little bit of that to get the morning through. What did I do with? Where is it, Odie? I didn't do it. I messed up on that. Let me open up our program so we'll be able to do this. All right. We go back to 1922. Is there a curse? Do you believe in a such thing as a curse? Can it happen? What do you think, Craig?
Yeah, some things just seem like they just keep coming around.
1922, they cracked the door, and everybody that was associated with died a bad death. We'll just word it that way.
Yeah.
As we go back to King Tut was discovered, the tomb today, and if you'll read all of that, it's real freaky.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go touch it.
Have y'all seen the pictures of his grandma that they've dug up? Oh boy. Yeah, they've been fooling with that. I think there's just stuff you don't touch. But King Tut, and it was definitely a different time, a different world.
Well, there's good and there's bad. There's light and there's dark. There's good, there's evil. And that can go along with spirits. You've got the Holy Ghost, and if you've got the Holy Ghost, then you've got the Satan Ghost. And I mean,
then there's your wife.
One with the other, and
she'll slap you with a purse.
Don't you tell her I said anything.
We go back to 1922, and all of us as a kid, it was either a blanket or something that you identified with.
Hold this football.
It's a Charlie Brown Christmas. Charles Schultz was born on this date. He's the man. I walked through my mom's the other day, and the spelling bee Charlie Brown was on. Which one of them was it that always done the?
That was the teacher.
Okay, the teacher.
Yeah.
She was doing that in the background.
How could you give a word to spell with that?
Which one of them had the crush on Charlie Brown, where she was always trying to get him to notice her? What was her name? Sally?
Maybe. Lucy was the sister that always promised not to move the football.
Tried to keep him straight.
Yeah. It may have been Lucy.
We go back to 1933. This guy done probably lots of things, but I remember him from one thing and one thing only. The naked gun, I forget how many it was.
3.5, 3 1/3.
Priscilla Presley was in this. As Robert Goulet was born on this day. He always had that look. But that's Priscilla there. And
Peppermint Patty, thank you, Scott. That's who had the crush on.
That's right. I met her in Mobile that time. Peppermint
Gail
Patty
had it,
dress.
Scott had it, Cindy had it, yeah.
Robert Goulet. Anyway, that was it. This next guy was a comedian during the 70s. He was funny.
He could sound like anybody out there.
He could. And I had almost forgotten about him, Odie, just totally.
Yeah.
Anybody remember this guy named Rich Little? The man of 1,000 voices. He done everybody.
Yeah.
It is truly amazing to watch somebody who can throw their voice and sound like another. I've seen Merle Haggard, do the impressions of others. Jeff Dunham is one of those who has that talent, who can do Walter and all those other voices.
Yeah,
yeah,
and
that's
the way
incredible.
Ventriloquist and sit there and talk and hold a conversation, and your lips don't move.
And then there was another guy that used to be in country. I don't know whatever become of him, but I remember in the 80s he was on TNN a lot. A guy named Johnny Counterfeit. Do you remember him?
I remember.
He could sound like Johnny Cash. Good stuff there. But it's if you've got that talent, God bless you. You're good.
John Fader, I think that was another one that can sing ventriloquist. Not talk ventriloquist,
sing it?
but could sing ventriloquist.
And you never see their
That's just not right.
No,
it is it?
It's not right.
It's really, really weird to see it happening.
All right, now look, you've got to be careful because you show this picture, and I know it. You have to move your hat because it makes you hot.
It scares me. I'm going to be. She
that what
scared
it
me.
is,
Her and Ike always scared me. 1939, Tina Turner was born, and she always see how she grips the floor with her toes. She did. She was no way going to fall. What's love got to do with it? And that's the only thing I know that Tina Turner ever done.
Great artist, but
Rolling on a
she
River.
was scared.
She done
Rolling
that.
on a river. She was in Mad Max, wasn't she?
Didn't watch that. That somehow or another didn't interest me. I had a choice between Hooper or Mad Max, and I went with Hooper. Both of them flopped. That was such a letdown. I remember
Hooper. I don't even know what Hooper was.
It came on right after Smokey and the Bandit. It was Burt Reynolds, and he jumped this Trans Am. And what's his name that was in White Line Fever was in it? Michael Vincent. What's that guy's name? Jan Michael Vincent was in it. And it was awful. It was just bad. Wasted my $4 as a
Anything
kid.
that Burt Reynolds was in was supposed to be.
I know it's supposed to be good.
Yeah.
I mean, The Longest Yard was good with him, and Gator, and the list just
kind of
went on.
like the Bandit 3.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Yeah,
too.
that was terrible.
Yeah, we all agree. Dom DeLuise, and
that was terrible.
We go back to 1942, probably outside of Gone with the Wind, the most talked about movie there ever was. What did he? I could have picked any. I could have picked any bar, but it had. What was that line that Bogart said? Casablanca opened in theaters, but there was a line in there. I could have walked in any juke joint, but I picked. What is it? Help me.
I'm trying to think.
I am right. There is a line there. Isn't
there is. Yeah, he did have a catchphrase that came out of there.
Somebody help me.
Haley Thompson is watching this morning.
Glad to see her there.
Oh, yep.
She's doing some mornings there. Yep. Greg has got one of these in his office right down the block from you. Yeah. 1948, the first one of these was sold. And I'm not kidding, he's got that.
Yeah, he does.
$89.75 in 1940. That's a lot of money.
He still uses, he's not real sure that even a picture can be color. He still uses, he's the only person that I have to buy carbon paper for because he doesn't know how to.
Do they make
print.
It?
Oh, yeah.
Really? Mm-hmm. And y'all need to give him one of the little red buttons. Like Trump had that Coke button, that Diet Coke button. Y'all need to give him the print button.
We have to open his own email for him. It's bad.
1958. Of all the jute joints in the world, that was it.
Oh, yeah.
I had to pick this one. 1958, Johnny Cash recorded this, and it was released to radio. I'm Gonna Cry, Cry, Cry. And if you'll remember, Marty Stewart redone this song in the 1990s.
Ooh.
Somehow or another killed the picture there.
Yeah, well.
I don't know what happened there. 1976, this guy would come along. She only smokes when she drinks.
Whew. I remember that song, but I don't remember him.
The Impossible. The list goes on and on. We brought him here. He opened for Blake Shelton one time. Joe Nichols, man with a memory. The list goes on and on of songs that Joe Nichols had. What a guy he is. He's a jam-up guy. He one of the truest country voices. He redone Farewell Party. Oh. Like him a whole lot. Good guy. Let's see what else we got. Oh, back in 83.
And everybody knows this one.
And I would have to say the most recognizable songs of his entire... He had the most number ones in the 1980s of any other country artist. He had the most. But this is the song that made him who he was in 1983. It was called Holding Her and Loving You. It's the third hardest thing I'll ever have to do. Is telling her about you. Woo! Boils down to he was having this hot fling affair on his wife, and he done fell in love with this old girl, and he just couldn't walk out and leave his wife, and he was going, "What'd I do? I still want you, but I still love her. So I'm holding her and I'm loving you."
Or if I, as a teenager, if I would have just understood what some of those songs were.
Yeah, I could have learned a whole lot more quicker.
Y'all, I'm
and
telling you,
easier.
Ken Rainey really warped our sense. It's all Ken's fault. He brought all this amongst us.
Yeah.
You always leave me holding the bag. Mo and Joe, he taught us all kinds of things. There was a lot of, what do you call them, innuendo? Is that the word? How you say?
Innuendos?
Yeah.
Yeah, that word.
Yeah.
Windows left up that we didn't know what they meant. Let's just be
In the
honest.
window?
Yeah, in the window. 1994, this would come out. He was 1994. Alan Jackson wrote this. And for the longest, I didn't realize that Alan had wrote it. But boy, after you hear it, you go,
now I know the song, yeah.
if I could make a living out of loving you, I'd be a millionaire in a week or two.
Yeah.
Clay Walker had number one with that. Alan is one of the best songwriters you'll ever. I remember when he sold it, it was one of the very first country artists. He sold his catalog for $14 million, and that was unheard of back then. And
But
now
he's about 6'9", isn't he?
He's a big old boy. I remember sitting there, me and Debbie were sitting there together, and the lights went dark in
At the CMA?
at the Grand Ole Opry, and it starts coming up. And this very little light came on, and there's Alan sitting on a stool, no introduction whatsoever. He goes into this picking his guitar, and then this light comes on. And it's this orchestra behind him. You're thinking, what is he fixing to do? And he goes back to stating like Hank Williams did, I just held the pen and God wrote the song. And do y'all remember this? Where were you when the world stopped turning?
Yeah.
Boy, that touched a lot. And there's a lot of us who sit back and go, well, I don't know the difference between Iraq and Iran. We didn't.
No.
They brought a fight to us. Hopefully one day we'll end that to where they have no. And who would have ever thought that it? Because I remember Darryl Worley talking about this. They're going to take it down from your televisions where you don't see it.
Yeah.
They tried to erase it from your memory what they did to us to make it think it's okay, and it has happened.
Yes. We got a question that before we forget, let's bring this in real quick to Craig. Will kids with disabilities be let on the train first?
The answer is yes, but I don't have a lot of information on that. The organization, The Spot, is arranging that, and it's my understanding they will be available from 3:30 to 4. But you could contact The Spot, and they've got a website. Just reach out to them.
We shared a post from The Spot this week also.
Okay.
So I've seen that come up a couple of times, and I was like,
they did. We did that last year, and it was organized through them. So I do know that actually we wanted to try to get it started at 3, but as I said earlier, the guys with the train said they weren't scheduled to pull in until right at 3. So
and they've got to
3:30 to 4, right? And that may delay the starting of the rest of the crowd a little bit, but we'll get started
We'll work
as soon
it out.
as possible. Sure.
There's not
Good
many
deal.
people in life I can say that I really don't care for, that only a mama could love. I mean, I just see this as the Grinch of America. That's what I think of this guy. He's never nice to anybody. He yells at people in public that want to take his picture or want an autograph. Just downright ugly. Alec Baldwin, they canceled his show after five shows. Because why? He was so ugly. He was jumped on somebody in the street. I'm telling you, only his mama could like him.
Nothing for him. I don't even think his daddy liked him.
I know his brother don't. No. He said so. Yeah. We'll be right back.
Here at Meridian Cycles, customer service is our #1 priority. And when you buy any Polaris, Can-Am, Honda, CF Moto, or Suzuki ATV or side-by-side, we're going to give you your first oil change absolutely free because we service everything we sell here at Meridian Cycles. Come see us at 80 Highway 19 North or call us 601-485-8700. Come see us.
Advanced Auto Glass by Joey can handle all your windshield repair and replacement needs. Service work is guaranteed and covered by warranty. Our technicians are professional, auto glass trained, and have over 100 years of combined experience. Advanced Auto Glass by Joey utilizes in-house calibrations for vehicle safety systems. Most insurances are accepted, and reliable mobile service is available in surrounding areas. Keep cars cool and secure with custom tinting, side mirror replacement, and AquaPal windshield wipers. There's one clear choice in auto glass repair. Advanced Auto Glass by Joey.
Battery power made by steel. Right now, save $50 on select AK System battery tool sets. Real steel. Find yours.
Here we are.
Yeah, we're back for another round. Glad that y'all joined us this morning. What was I getting ready to bring? There was something. Oh, yeah. In the state of Mississippi, they have ruled again because this kept coming up. Miracle Mary Jane is not going to be able to be advertised. It just can't do it.
It's like this is me. I don't think any medication out there should be able to be advertised to the public because you can only get it from a doctor.
That's right.
So if you go with an ailment to the doctor says, you know what, this is what you got, and this is what we've got to help that. I think marijuana, it fits that bill.
And if you listen to those where they drop in, this could cause and you'll die. I don't want none of that stuff.
And it's about it's almost as bad as
you'll turn
chips.
green and pass out. And,
yeah.
Yeah, I don't want none of that.
Plus, all you got to do is walk through a parking lot at Walmart, and you can smell it. If that's not advertising enough, that's not a skunk running rampant.
It's stout in areas. I pulled up to a red light recently. That's pretty common there, Odie.
Get a contact buzz.
And y'all, I'm telling you, as a kid, you would only have heard of that in California. You wouldn't have heard that in the state of Mississippi. We wouldn't have allowed it.
Yeah.
And this just goes to where conservatives have been pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed your values to where, well, it's socially acceptable. Y'all remember the blue light laws?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
You could buy that stuff on Sundays.
You could get food.
Right.
That's about all you could get.
Yep.
Times have changed.
Mama got so mad. We had
The
to
soft
stop at
drink
the
cooler
store.
was locked up on Sunday.
Yeah.
It was.
Mama going to church, had a run in her pantyhose, tried to buy something. Yeah, we can't sell that on Sunday. Oh, Mama mad already. We were on the way to church. What about the smell of beer? You know, about the only place that I really smell a lot of beer is at the juke joint anyway. So I don't really smell it going down the road too much like I do the Mary Joanna.
Yeah, it's strong. It's only when they flop up against your window and they're asking for money that you actually.
Can I wipe your window down?
That has happened. But, it's seriously, we're talking about things that did not used to happen in the South.
And it hadn't been that many years ago.
No, it hasn't. And somehow or another, over a short period of time, I can remember Bernie Sanders getting up on stage and saying, this ought to happen. And I thought, there's no way. Everything that man said is okay now. We do see some things rolling back.
The old saying of you turn a ship a little bit at a time.
Yeah.
That's what's happened to us.
It has.
It's been gradual, and we've accepted, and now look at where we are.
It is. And
it's scary for what the future looks like.
Well, when we first started watching TV, I say we because none of us are really that old, but
I don't know. I'm pretty old.
Archie Bunker.
Oh, yeah.
We watched All in the Family. And that was a huge deal when he flushed a commode on TV. You didn't see the bathroom, but you could hear
it through the wall.
Well,
and then
that
the
was a big
bedrooms.
deal.
Lucy
that.
and her husband slept in separate beds. If you ever saw a picture
If you ever saw the bedroom.
And if y'all watched Yellowstone a couple of weeks ago, the video footage, they said, we've got your house monitored, and they showed that scene. I was like,
yes. See, that was a little at a time. A little at a time has been over 40 years.
Mm-hmm.
Look what they've done to us. Now, 7 o'clock, prime time, you've got shows opening with a sex scene.
You do?
And you want to know why we've got kids have their own program going pregnant at 13 and you're getting $50,000 a year to be on TV?
Uh-huh.
Teen, what's it, whatever it's called. Y'all know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Killing. Shooting, all that stuff, that's been fed to us a little at a time.
Conditioned, is that a word?
And that's it. We've been conditioned to that being the normal.
Like I'm looking at Jackson, Mississippi, 2 teens charged in the death of a 19-year-old. Has crime always happened? Yes. But it has just become more acceptable.
We was talking about this yesterday. It was a fist fight. And then you became friends the next day.
That's what I was about to say. Yeah, the next day it was all over with.
And we had guns in the truck, in the window, and you never did it. It was just not
because we were going hunting either before school or after school, so we had to have our gun with us.
Yeah.
I remember all of that.
On school property. It was no big deal.
Like you said, it was hanging up in the gun rack in the back window.
And you don't see a gun rack anywhere anymore. I doubt they even
like
sell
you
them.
were saying earlier about the break-ins. You can't leave anything exposed.
And you used to know you could have at one time left your house unlocked. I don't suggest that no more. Let me just be honest about it. But as we do this, as we're getting ready for all these great things, let's go back to the Christmas parade. It brings about, I can remember, when we were at Shaloop for the grand opening the other day, I remember as a kid, the Santa Claus that used to set out beside Shaloop there, Hardin's Bakery, all lit up every year. That meant it was Christmas.
And
you remember that?
You went to Sears to see Santa Claus.
Yes,
that was the only Santa
yes.
Claus in Meridian in the 60s and 70s.
Well, you crossed over the bridge, and it was easy to have a place because that's where your Santa Claus was going to be at anyway. And now he's just not going to be there.
Did Santa Claus jump out of a
He
helicopter
sure did. That was my next thought. Wow. Village Fair Mall.
Yeah, into the parking lot at Sears. Yeah.
It's been quite a
Boy,
spell.
we're old. I'm old.
Y'all ain't gonna believe this, but Shirley
when-
Buckley used to be a model at Sears.
I'm telling you,
didn't wanna
she
touch
still
that,
got
did
that
you?
package over here that she sent
I'm
you.
gonna package
That
her.
was- you remember Winnie the Pooh used to hang out down there?
Yeah. She's,
Yeah, I ran when I saw Winnie the Pooh. I said, Mama, that's a big old bear, and I don't want no part of it.
she's now a model for the preserve.
But you could also. What I thought about down at the sloop Friday, was it Friday? Yeah, Friday when they had their ribbon cutting was, he talked about hoopers, but
Yeah.
I remember that bread. Of course, my father worked at Smith Baker, so Hardin's was a little
Competition.
bit of
Yeah.
But just smelling that fresh baked bread and
Well, Smiths used to have the blue and yellow trucks that backed up to.
Yep.
right.
And my times have changed a little bit. The good of the people is still there. We just got to find it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's there. That's correct.
I
Going to see
remember-
Santa.
Oh, Smith's Bakery used to.
Oh, you went to the day old
Back
store. You
up.
know you did.
No, this was at Dairy Queen. They came every day.
Yeah.
Backed up and went in. You had fresh buns every single day. And same with Meridian Fruit and Produce. You
Yeah.
didn't buy all this stuff. Meridian Fruit and Produce delivered, and then you had to go in there and chop them. And you made that tomatoes a little bit too thick. Daddy was mad.
Giving them too much.
Yeah. Oh, that was back where you had to work at it.
December the 7th is the parade. So what is the cutoff to sign up for the parade? Do you know that?
We need to know by Tuesday the 3rd at least, so that we can make our arrangements. Not to say that we might not take another straggler or two,
Right.
but we do need a cutoff date.
You
And
got to
if
have a
everyone
general
could
idea.
Everyone could get in because that helps us. We have to have obviously the police department, fire department. We got to have a lot of help to secure that area and get everything going. So we need to have a count. Last year we had well over 100 units in the parade, and we do ask that everyone decorate. If you've got a car, try to put a light on it, hang a ribbon, a bow on the front, or do something to look like you're part of the Christmas.
Yeah.
And always we ask for folks not to throw candy because we are concerned about the kids running up and getting into traffic. We realize that doesn't always work the way we want it to, but
I see a lot of it, but y'all kind of frown on that.
We really would prefer someone walking along beside the floats and tossing the candy on the sides.
It's okay to throw, but
yes,
do it.
if you would just because like I say, a little kid sees a piece of candy out there, they don't realize that next float's coming and they run out to get it. And we haven't had that happen, thank goodness. But
Yes.
it does make us folks that are out there.
It keep
very
you up at night,
nervous.
won't it?
But you've got some of these vehicles that are decorated and may not be able to see as good in the front as they would normally, and they're looking for kids on this side where a kid on this side comes out.
And be sure if you and your family are in one of the areas, like we will turn on to, of course, we turn on to 8th Street and go down to 23rd Avenue and make that right. If you're in that corner, don't push out too far
That
because
does happen.
those trailer trucks, they've got to have a little space to make that turn.
Yeah.
So just work with us. We want it to be a great opportunity for you and your family, but we've got to be safe. And we're going to do everything we can to make it be a safe atmosphere.
And this year, we have to say all the parades have kind of lined up in the outlying towns to where none of them fall on the same night, and it's not you don't have to pick.
Yeah.
That we're tickled over that. I'm glad. So it's a lot of it. It's going to be a big crowd. We invite each and every one of you to come out.
Yeah, I hope so. And it's going to be down there just like it is everywhere else. And I've seen a couple people make this, and they think that we're talking about this marijuana and the medical part. We're not against the medical.
Oh, no,
part.
no. Medical, it's there for a reason.
We think that's great. We think that is awesome. It's the people who still think that this is a recreational thing, and they go through town smoking it, and it's all over them, and they just put it out before they go into these stores, and that's all you smell. So medical marijuana, we are behind 100%. It's got its place. It's the recreational that is not quite legal here in the state of Mississippi. Oh, yeah, we had a couple of them that thought we were saying that medical marijuana
let me just
is bad.
back up in here. Where the areas that I'm smelling it is juke joints, and it's illegal. Let me just be, I know where they are, and there is no way the police department doesn't smell it like I smell it. I can't smell good.
I have through your window.
I used to smoke. I smoked for 20 years. It messed up the way I smell. And if I can smell it, it's serious, y'all.
Yeah. No, the legal way, we're good with.
There are people that are hurting that it does help.
Sure.
But there's a difference in between the two. Let's just be honest about all of that. And anybody that doesn't know what a juke joint is. But really, there are some people that truly don't know what a juke joint is.
Oh, that's sad.
It is sad.
What kind of day and time do we live in?
Greg's
you don't know
teaching
what
a class on
is?
this. We'll be right back as we wrap up our show this morning.
Hi, folks. Paul Brown with Dixie Buildings. We're here to take care of all your building needs for your personal and your business needs. That includes portable buildings, carports, sheds. Don't forget your hunting camps are coming in. You can start out with our 8x10s. If we cannot haul it, we can build it for you on site. We have 2 locations, one on Highway 19 South and our home office just around the corner on Long Creek Road. Just give us a call at 601-483-4943.
Rockhouse Gun and Pawn, located at 5430 Highway 19 North, is ready for spring. From weed eaters to push and riding lawnmowers, and one of the largest selections you'll find in chainsaws, along with power tools and generators for backup power. Maybe you're in the market for a TV or maybe a guitar. And not to mention a large selection of diamond rings and Louis Vuitton purses. The Rockhouse Gun and Pawn even has a private lobby for your pawns for confidentiality. Visit them today, Highway 19 North, Rockhouse Gun and Pawn. The tractors are rolling at Freeman Tractor on Highway 494. Drop in and see Keith, Cornbread, or Buttermilk. They've got a tractor that fits the need that you have. Whether it's a 26 horsepower, a 40, or bigger. Plus, they offer 0% financing for up to 96 months. Whether it's a part, a new tractor, 0% financing, or just simply a laugh. 601-626-8759, Highway 494 in Collinsville. That's Freeman Tractor. Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. Boy, we solve a lot of problems up in the world here.
We're going to start selling pay-per-view for behind the scenes.
The pay-per-view, I promise you. Riding around in that white Tahoe each day is really a lot of fun. I speak to Odie a little bit. I speak to Greg a little. I talk to a lot of people. There's a lot goes on in there. Twinkies go flying by when you slam on brakes.
Mostly everybody talks to you before they even talk to 911.
That has happened once or twice. But we do have a blast each day. I cannot thank the citizens from there and all over that watch us. We thank you each and every day for the blessings that you have given us to be able to do what we do.
Well, you see on these shows, Gotham City supported Batman. Well, Meridian supports the redneck Batman.
Well, I don't know about all that. That was funny. That was hilarious.
We got some white guy in a cowboy hat.
I do talk to myself.
Batman.
And there's this thing. I have. Do you ever have that moment to where you go over things that happen each day with yourself?
Oh, yeah.
Well, mine, and I'm not going to lie about this, if you ever have lunch with me, if you watch me, that's when I do this. I talk to myself in my head while I'm eating, and I just have, and I'll make these different expressions, and Debbie used to tease me about, Angie does all the time. I mean, it's full-blown conversations of back and forth in my head. That's when I work things out and come up with ideas. Nobody else understands it.
It's not always indigestion that we see on your face.
That's right.
That's why he can't think of what he eats. He just says that chicken and cheese thing, fold over.
They need to come up with a name for that, like number something for me.
I think that's going to be on Chino's deal. It's going to be the foldy over.
Man, I went in the other day and Tino was off, and they didn't know what I wanted. Tino is he's like the godfather of waiters.
He just sees you coming. He's already got it ordered. Yeah.
So there it is. We got any birthdays, Odie?
We do have some birthdays. Angela Connell Lewis is having a birthday. Greg Mangum's 36 today. And Carol Jean Gerard is having a birthday. Let Ed make sure he spoils you today, Miss Carol. And we had a question on here, and I don't remember if we even talked about this.
What's that?
the theme of this year's Christmas party. Did we talk about that? Somebody's asking what the theme is for the Christmas
For the
parade,
parade?
not the Christmas party.
The Whoville.
Whoville.
Whoville parade. Whoville Christmas.
Yeah. And
We got a late birthday coming in.
got a late birthday coming in.
Mason Morgan.
Mason Morgan's having a birthday. The big 20.
Happy birthday.
So he
there.
can't go to the juke joint for another year.
That's right.
If he knows what it is.
What was that? It was one of my first experiences was Scott McQuaig, the Travel Inn. Do y'all remember that? That was a juke joint where Scott became famous in Meridian with the All Bob Band there.
The Dewdrop Inn.
I almost got hurt there one night. I remember going with my uncle. My uncle was probably 15 years older than I was. And we went in and I danced with somebody. And I sat back down and he goes, "That was mine." And I said, "What?" He goes, "Oh no, when I walked in, I said tab." I said, "Do what?"
This is like driving in a car. Got a shotgun.
And then we both found out she was married when her angry husband showed up. We went, "Oh,
it's his."
The times that you learn in juke, it really teaches you some lessons in life. And I no longer go to juke joints because I've gotten older and I understand what
Give me
goes
three
on.
steps. Give me 3 steps.
And you never see me no more. A lot of truth to all that.
Oh, me.
With each passing day, we say thank you. That we've got Christmas parades coming up, and it is a time to remember why we're having these. It's the birth of Jesus Christ, and we're glad that our city. And Craig, we have really enjoyed having you.
Of course,
I appreciate
Craig,
y'all
the
giving
city
of
of
Meridian
to come out.
Anytime that y'all got anything, we would love to have y'all come back and talk with us with this.
Well, it's as y'all well know, boy, there's a lot going on downtown.
It is.
And around town, not just downtown anymore. In fact, this past Saturday was the first Saturday since the 1st of September we didn't have at least one event going on in the city of Meridian. And I sure was glad.
You need a little break, don't you?
Finally got some rest.
Now, correct me if I remember right. Come January, they'll start because it gets cold, and the outside events kind of taper off, and it's March-ish.
Yeah,
when they
about
start
March, April, we'll start picking back up. Of course, you'll have the Martin Luther King parade and a small ceremony for that in January. But yeah, we thank goodness we wait till the spring to get go in full force again.
Well, it doesn't snow till spring break around here.
Yeah, that's right. There again, you don't know whether you want snowballs or you want hot chocolate.
That's right. Well, as we come to a close and we welcome Odie back this morning, Odie, have you got a Bible verse for us to close the show out?
I hit the button. Let's see what we got. It's going to take us to 2 Corinthians 5, verse 18, and it says, all things are of God, who hath reconciled us to himself by Jesus Christ, and hath given to us the ministry of reconciliation. And it doesn't matter what we've done. It doesn't matter what we've got going on in our life. All we've got to do is look at the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ and ask him to forgive us of our sins, come into our heart, and all is forgiven. He told us that no matter what, if we ask him, all is forgiven. He will pick you up no matter where you're at and bring you back to the kingdom of heaven. And all we've got to do is keep him in our heart and soul. Remember him. Christ is the first part of Christmas because that is the true reason for the season. Celebrate him this year. It will change your life. Y'all have a wonderful day. We'll be back tomorrow on Hump Day already. It's throwing me out for a loop.
We got. We need to mention Cliff. I hope I pronounced this right here. Cliff Sperando, possibly they're having a birthday today.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Also,
yeah.
Heather
Benson, 36.
8.
Having a birthday. 38. I'm telling you, the prescription's running out.
Making sure we don't. And another important gesture that we've got to remember is voting today.
Yeah, I wanted to mention that also. Yeah,
this is
go out and
important.
vote.
It's 7 p.m.
You've seen this young lady come visit us time and time again. She's a sweetheart. She wants to be elected to the Supreme Court. I'm not telling you got to vote for her. I'm just telling you, consider her as you go in.
Been a great senator for us.
This is an 8 year. We're not coming back in 4 years and go, oops, I made a mistake. 8 years that we're going to have somebody that's bringing a belief, and she is a solid Christian. I don't know if the other one is because I haven't talked to him, but I know she's a Christian at heart, and that's what we need to help lead this country.
as we face this. God bless y'all. Thank y'all for being part. Craig, again, thank you.
Thank y'all.
We'll be back tomorrow. Is Wednesday. We've got the rumor is that girl may show up since she's going to be out for Thanksgiving.
Oh, she's flying in early.
She may fly in early.
Okay, that'll work.
Yeah, we've also got Clark County coming in tomorrow to talk about the December 2nd Christmas parade there, and we'll handle that tomorrow morning. Join us, won't you? Won't be the same without you.
Y'all be good. We love you.